What'd you say?
Would you date black girls?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because they're disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Why they sleep with everybody in?
Yeah, you guys are pretty gross.
But y'all beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. I know.
God bless y'all with pretty hair.
I know.
Pretty eyes.
I know. Thank you.
Intelligence.
I know.
Look at.
Have you ever noticed you always have these black men who say they love black women, they love they black queens, they love BWs. But have you ever noticed when they critique a black man with a non-BW, let's just say they prefer BWs and they think that black man should be with a white woman, or a BW, like that simp did. What's his name? Godfrey, whatever his name is. Supposedly he's a comedian, right? Have you ever noticed when they always say that? You always have these crusties, these creatures, these crusties, these creatures in the comment section, on the video supporting it. Yes. Yes. They love that he spoke up and said, you should choose a black queen, because they know they can never compete with white women or other races of women. And Serena Williams proved that by bleaching her skin. Serena Williams proved that by having more money than a white man she's married to, even though men are supposed to be the breadwinners. But they want to say black men are giving their resources to other races of women, which goes to the beneficiary, which is their kids and the wife. The only people who don't benefit on that scenario are BWs. I would rather my money go to them than go to BWs, because BWs produce Serena Williams, self-haters, useless women who are liabilities, not assets. All right, and this is a prime example of that. But have you ever noticed when they say something about these BWs, they turn against them, and they can't take any truth about a black man saying the truth about BWs and white men couples. They got this delusion where BWs have some the most least respected, least wanted white men that no white woman want. But they live in a delusion where it's the opposite. And that's why I have that series, who they really choose and who really choose. It's not really to prove anything to anyone, but it's just to get the images out there, because there's so much content on the internet for that. And I have a whole series on that. I got a whole series I'm starting after this video. I'm just editing the video right now. But this is who they really want to look like. Aside from who they really choose, this is who they really want to look like. The fact that you bleached your skin, you look even more unattractive than you did before you had it bleached. But these BWs want to be white women so bad. They want to be non-BWs so bad. They want to get the hair. They want to replace them, hope they can get the white men they get. But they can't. That's why they can't stand it when they see black men surpass them, the white bottom shelf brads they can get, and they other races of women. Because when you're saying that white men have security, power, and resources, but you get the bottom of the barrel white men, you get the Jason Popes, you're just ruining your image even more as BWs. The BWs already have it in the lowest image. BWs, especially black American women, aren't even wanted. You can't even bring a BW home in most cultures. Prince Harry went from prince to peasant just for bringing a BW home. Other people don't want you or want to hear their son is marrying a BW. You see, Godfrey was too nice with it. He needs to say the real facts. He needs to say the real stories about how BWs are perceived in this society. Because it seems that their weave is too tight around their skulls, cutting off the circulation for their brain to be able to process that. Because BWs think for some reason that black men are required to date them when they have nothing to offer. You got TikTok videos all over, YouTube videos all over black men with white women, who these BWs can't match in looks compared to most races of men. You have most races of men vote who was most attractive. Most men will not vote these BWs. It shows that in the dating responses. They have the least dating responses, lower than black men. They're the least married. Less than 3% of white men married them to begin with. And so the only thing the bottom shelf Brad, the liberal bottom shelf Brad, is trying to do is promote his image. And he's promoting your image. He's using black men, women to promote his image, because he know a lot of black men, all they do is worship BWs to begin with. I love my black queens. That's exactly what Godfrey said. I love my black queens. And so they know they can just put your woman out there. You're not going to call her out. You're going to apologize a day later after she puts you in your place, like the simp cells you are, because you love your black queen so much. And he can just use your woman to promote his image. and then give you back her after he doesn't want them no more. You see, that's why a lot of black men are dating interracially in reality. Black men are not dating white women rejects. They're dating white women that other races of men want. Non-black, Hispanic women that other races of women want. And that's why BWs are so angry and bitter, because there's no way you can compete with that when you're so easy on the market. You have the highest rate of STDs. You're the least desired. You're the least attractive. You're bleaching your skin to look like white women. And Serena Williams proved all my points. You want to be white woman, and you hate black men for it because you aren't white women. You'll never be white woman. You'll never have what white women will have, because you can't have what white women have when you saying white men have all this security and power, but you're dating the bottom shelf white men that you can find. And Godfrey didn't even say that in this video. He didn't even say that. He kept it a little short, and he was a little nice with his message. But he got to say the real facts. This is the elephant in the room that nobody wants to hear about these crusties, about these creatures. When have BWs ever been considered a prize in any sort of country in the West? When was it considered a valuable asset to marry the least desired, most self-loathing woman who bleached her skin? You see, only people who consider it a prize and will defend these BWs and these welfare queens and blame black men for colorism, for their low self-esteem, and have these liberal idiot white men back them because they're so lost with the facts. They're so uninformed because they only get the message from the BWs, because black men rather sit around and talk about how they love their black queens and stupid shit than actually get a real message out there. This is where they're getting their messages from. So they're seeing when they see black people, they see BWs talking and complaining about colorism. That's what they see, because black men aren't as vocal as they should be about this, because black men are too scared to say the truth, because they're too scared to hurt the black love, the black queen feelings. You cannot call people who are peasants queens, for one. You gotta earn the title queen. You can't just call someone a queen when they have nothing to bring to the table. They have the highest obesity rate. They have the highest STD rate. I'm just repeating myself. You just can't label people as queens. But that's what black culture, or black American culture, do when it comes to BWs. And this is why white men feel so comfortable putting this photo out in the black neighborhoods, because even if you do call it out, this is the most you're gonna do. You're just gonna walk around and say, I love my black queens. I love my black queen, black love. I love my black queens. Even though they worship white men that I claim are holding me back because I'm a stupid black man who loves them. I love my black queens. That's what people see a lot of these black men as. And I can't blame them. And it just shows you that even these black simp cells who do all this, go out their way to make sure they express their love to BWs, make sure they say, hey, I love you, black woman. They go out their way to say stuff like that. This is what they get in return from these welfare queens. And it just shows you that other men who do not respect these creatures and use them as toilets, all races of men see them as that. It just shows you how desperate and how low black men are. A lot of black men are. And this is why I have this platform to push that, be opposition against that belief. Because there's going to be less and less black men like this in the future. And this is really what my platform is going to bring. It's going to bring black men who are dating interracially, who are winning and dating top tier women that white men want, that can't compete with BWs. And it's going to bring that to light all over YouTube. Just it's not gonna be necessary to have a black man go on The Bachelor, because it's gonna be all over my content. It's not going to be nothing that these weave chimps, these welfare queens, can say about it, because they're just gonna show that they can't compete with these non-BWs. Serena Williams bleached her skin to look like white women. Serena Williams bleached her skin to resemble a woman she will never be. Serena Williams married a bottom shelf Brad to have light skinned babies. So if it's anyone who practices self-hate that they claim black men do when they date interracially, it's BWs. And this is a living prime example. Your daughter will see this video, hopefully. Your daughter will see other videos that have you bleaching your skin, and she'll come to the realization that, hey, my mother is a self-loathing BW. My mother hates herself. And this is the definition of self-hate. The definition of self-hate is not black men dating white women because it hurts the BW feelings. That's called a hurt BW who can't compete with other races of women. That's what that is. That's not self-hate. Self-hate is when you hate what you are a part of. And that's exactly what BWs are showing with Serena Williams. I don't have a problem with self-hating. I mean, if I was a BW, who knows? I mean, look at them. Look how disgusting they are. White men said that. I ain't say that. The white man on TikTok said that. The fact that you have to have a race of men to tell you to stop begging them is, I mean, that's making history right there. I don't think any other race of woman had that happen to them. You can't even compare Asian women to BWs and when they date interracial. It's two different concepts. Asian women secure the bag. BWs can secure leftover rejects that no white woman would touch. That's the reality. And they project that onto black men because that's really what they get with the bottom shelf brands. And these are facts. And they think bleaching their skin is going to change that, but it's not. It's just going to prove my point. Bleaching your skin, getting weaves look like women that you would never resemble naturally. And this just goes to show you, there's nobody that wants to look like you. Why would anyone want to look like you when they're the standard of beauty? You're the standard of disgusting. But yeah, this is proving my point. I don't think there's nothing more to say. This is what you have with your black queens. And this is what happens when you say, I love my black queens, and a few years later you have your own opinion on something that they don't like. That shows you it's not mutual love. So you can't use that excuse no more when black men are dating interracially, replacing these creatures. I'm out.